so now I'm just going to hit the live button and go with it.
And I'm not good about hitting the record button because I didn't hit it until just now. So
nice.
Yay!
We are
okay. So
farmers.
We're here. We're half queer, and Justin picked this week's movie.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Apartment Theater. You know it. You love it. You downloaded it. We can see it, kind of. It's like 200 downloads now, which is cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate that here at the Apartment Theater Incorporated. So
where none of us live in an apartment.
We're going to add another movie to our catalog, and Danny is not going to type on her fucking keyboard during the episode. No, so spiteful. All right, let's talk about this.
That's our
movie.
Intro music. It's just Danny typing.
So if you're new here, we were doing an elevated horror thing, which I like to make fun of because it's pretentious as fuck. But we went with the literal sense of elevated horror, where we did 4 elevator movies. This is the 4th one. So if you missed the other 3, you can go back and listen to those. If you don't care, you can keep listening to this one. It's whatever you want to do.
And it turns out we just watched The Lift again.
We did.
Yeah.
Because it was...
I was going to say that. That's what I was going to say.
Guys, it was directed by the same guy. So he remade the same movie.
Original. He's got a better cast for this one.
Guys, the same thing happened with Funny Games, where...
Oh, really?
Yeah. The director did his normal version and then did the American version. I think it even had... I want to say Naomi Watts is in that, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so this movie was called the Shaft for some, Down for others. So it was either Down or The Shaft. Either way, I'm really glad that they stuck with Down by the end of this whole ordeal, because the Shaft is not
didn't really go down often. It went up most of the time.
Boy, did it. So, okay. So this movie here has a really star-studded cast. I was very surprised by that. So basically, this movie is about a elevator technician who is working on this elevator that seems to be malfunctioning, and then all of a sudden the elevator starts killing people. It's the same movie as The Lift. Like verbatim. They just added some things, and they fleshed out the characters just like a little bit, but I feel like they added way more things that didn't need to be in there too, and it just turns into this big bloated mess of a movie where you're like, it's almost schlocky goodness. Like, it gives you little driplets of tasty morsels, but you have to just like eat the like pulsating fat that is coming out of this elevator.
So I just really happy with what just happened. Usually we have the worst setup of trying to get us to fit. Hold on, sorry, I have a mild concussion. I'll catch up eventually. Usually it's like
the brain damage is permanent. That was before the
when we're live on Twitch, it's usually like somebody's up top and then the 2 people are on bottom. I don't know how I did it, but we're all stacked up. We're all stacked up, and now it fits perfectly. All right, sorry, I'm just really proud of that. So we can continue now.
Okay, so I think that first off, the director's name is Dick Maas. Dick Maas made a movie called The Shaft. Let that sink in. This movie has a lot of actors from David Lynch movies, so I guess Dick Maas was like, he watched Mulholland Drive and Twin Peaks and was like, I need those people. And so you got yourself James Marshall, you got Naomi Watts, and then you got random people like Micheal Ironside for some fucking reason. I mean, he's a great actor, and he tries his best with this fucking hunk of shit. Edward Herman, who's the dad from Richie Rich, he also has done like a lot of other things. I didn't realize how much stuff he did.
I looked it up because I love Lost Boys. Lost Boys is like one of my favorite like classic like horror movies. And
Same. I think we all like
he was
it.
the head vampire.
Yeah.
Because like at first, like when you said that, I'm like, what? This guy's really old. And then my brain didn't connect that 2001 and Lost Boys was 1987. So that 14-year difference, you could change a lot.
And it also had Ron Perlman in it. It's crazy.
Are we
to
sure
think.
it didn't have Stephen King in it?
It wasn't Stephen King, but
It wasn't. It just looked like him.
It's crazy to think that 3 years later, Ron Perlman would go on to make Hellboy. And
I know.
Oh, I love Hellboy.
Yeah.
Beautiful movie.
Yeah, basically this movie though. All right, let me try to think here on this movie. Stop with the fuckboy face. You gotta stop. No. Fucking
It's
hate
my
that.
trademark at this point.
Okay.
Trademark.
Please help me.
It's the brain damage. This movie can cause it too. So it's.
I just want to say, it was a very entertaining way how I hit my head. But let's continue.
Okay, so yeah, so let's see here. We have the elevator technician who brings his friend who's down on his luck because his girlfriend and him had a spat where he was drunk off his ass telling her like she was a dumb bitch or whatever. I'm sure that's what happened, but we don't know because we don't see that. We don't need to.
The guy that was in the shower is hot as fuck, though.
I'm sure.
Popped up, he was just like, hey.
He was showing her the shaft.
He was. At some point, he was, yeah.
She was probably going down too. Anyways.
So yes, so basically he was at one point the main character, and then it switches over to the other guy. But we have elevator technician who brings his friend who's down on his luck, and he's teaching him like elevator technician shit. And all of a sudden, some weird shit starts happening with the elevator, and people start dying. They think that it's a terrorist attack.
Yeah, I don't know how.
And the craziest thing was, at one point in the movie, he said, "Oh, this is just like what happened 10 years at Twin Towers." This movie came out in 2001, May 2001. We're talking about terrorists and the Twin Towers. And you can see the Twin Towers just right there because it's all taking place in New York. Yeah. It's really eerie. That is like it's the weird. Creepiest part of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you end up finding out that the elevator is actually alive because they put these chips in it that they were using on dolphins. They were biochips that were using on dolphins, and then they decided to put them on elevators. It makes about as much sense as what I just said.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so yeah, the elevator, it ends up having like a heart at some point too, and yeah, it's like
it's better than the green slime in the.
They blow it up with a rocket launcher.
It was great.
It was
Cut to the end. And
he got like, it was like one of those adventure movies too, where he got like struck really quickly, thrown upside down, and he grabs the rocket launcher and perfectly hits it.
That part was fucking cool. It was like, this should have been happening more. Okay. First off, what are your thoughts on this movie?
I hated the intro.
Okay.
Well, so the intro wasn't bad. I think it was a good shot. I liked how it was zooming in. I don't like the music choice. I feel they could have done a better music choice for what they were trying to get. I also we get a quick 5-minute glance at two girls' boobs for no reason.
Hell yeah.
I absolutely love Dumb and Dumber bellboys. I think they were bellboys.
Yeah.
I wanted to shove them straight in the shaft. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I feel like the beginning, 20 minutes, maybe it just felt like 20 minutes with the two bellboys. I'm like, this has nothing to do with the story, and I'm super pissed off about it.
Until it does become part of the story, because one of them gets their head chopped off by the elevator.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that.
And that's kind of funny.
And they actually
kind of guy has trauma.
They kind of showed it too, like.
Yeah.
I'm unhappy about the dog though.
Yeah.
We got a dog death in this one.
Yeah.
When I texted you guys, I'm done with this movie. It's because I just saw the dog die. I'm like, yep, I have no more. Yeah, fuck
yeah, we got a dog death in this one.
Yeah.
Which I wasn't super fond of.
We never found the blind guy.
That's fine. We don't need to. He's an asshole.
We find the dog, but we don't find the guy.
I like that the hairdresser, she's just like, he's a prick, so I'm gonna dye his hair like a ridiculous color.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
And now he's dead. But yeah, so I would say that some of the effects are okay, but for the most part, they're horrible. We do get to see some cool deaths. My favorite fucking scene in this movie is when the elevator is flying up with all those people and the bottom of it drops out. I was like, I was about to get up out of my couch. I was like, fuck yes, yes, yes.
So
woo!
I immediately respect any movie that kills children.
And we actually saw some of them kids die too.
Yeah,
I mean, it was quick, but
it's what I saw some of that. It's what I wanted. It's what I wanted. The only thing, the only drawback to that scene was that I got stuck. If that elevator would have flown out and landed in the city, that would have been that would have been the cherry on top. That could have saved this movie. And also with the rocket launcher, I was hoping that the elevator was gonna be some kind of weird tentacle kind of monster thing, and they have to I wanted it to be some kind of crazy Resident Evil shit where it turns into this big octopus land thing, and it's crawling on the building, and they have to hoist him down, and he's on one of those bungee cord shit, and he's flying down, he can't get a good shot, and then he shoots it and it just explodes everywhere. Would have been incredible. I was like, let the schlock happen, but it wouldn't go for it. It was just we're gonna tip around it. No, this movie is about a fucking killer elevator. You get a SWAT team for an elevator in there. What
for
are
no
you
reason.
Just give me the goods. You were almost there. That's the part that I hated the most about it. Was you were so close. We were this close to perfection, and you ruined it.
I wanted to see more of this random race on the oh god, why can't it? The skates. Just random fucking race on the skates.
Oh my god, that scene of him flying out of the top of the building. So that was about 10 minutes before that is about when I decided, I was like, oh, this is a remake movie. I'm just gonna watch it in double speed to get through it faster. And that scene happened so goddamn fast. I was cackling, falling out of my chair watching it. I had to replay it because I'm like, this is the most brilliant shit. Also, 10 out of 10 watching this movie in double speed. Honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I
so much
I ended
better.
Up putting it at 1.75.
Yeah, I did that too.
I watched it normally because I'm not a heathen.
It honestly, other than their facial expressions got a little funky.
Yeah,
it had no change. Literally no change. Their voices was just sped up instead of and now the elevator does this.
Mm-hmm.
And now the elevator does this.
At least the movie talked about the elevator, and the elevator was an always looming presence instead of the lift where it was just you forgot that it was even about the fucking elevator.
Mm-hmm. It felt like this version of the story was a bit more fleshed out as opposed to the lift.
Yes, but
I the
feel
characters at least had some sustenance where
none of them smoked.
The teacher did.
Oh, I fucking love the teacher.
Teacher did.
One of you guys are gonna die.
Shit.
You're gonna end up a hooker or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Those kids. When the girl started playing with the elevator again, that shit was fucking. I don't even know. At least the lady just didn't freaking whack her across the face.
Yeah.
Also,
I love the shit she was saying to those kids, though.
I love the aesthetic of the place too. Like, I really liked how the whole set looked. I will say, when they were on the roof, looked fucking terrible. I was like, yep, that's a set.
Yeah. The zoom in from after, like, the beautiful, like, skyline into what the two Dumb and Dumber were doing with watching the horrors. That, oh god, that when I went to that set, I was like, oh, that looks so bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think it was like there was a lot of good shots in it.
There's also a lot of weird jump cut thing. Like, there was some cuts where I was like, that doesn't feel right.
There was a scene in there when he's in the shaft and he's like sort of arm out of frame and his hand comes just his.
Yeah.
I'm like, what just happened?
Oh, it was
great.
I loved that. That was hilarious.
I like that they tried to make it a possessed elevator for like a split second.
Yeah, for half a second. You know,
I mean, it was though
Indian burial grounds, like.
But it was kind of both.
Yeah, a little bit.
I just what was up with the shaman? I think it's a shaman blood on the wall.
It's
just written on the wall, like 80 floors up or some shit. So.
I thought it said like Shoto or something like that. I was
no, it was like shaman.
Doesn't make any sense.
Sean,
I couldn't read it.
I'm gonna bring the movie up real quick because I had to fucking buy it because I don't have it on anything else.
Yeah, I had to buy it too. I was like, oh fuck, I should have picked the other down. Because there's a down on Hulu that's like from 2019. We're not watching it. I'm sick of elevators. If I watch one more fucking elevator movie, I think I'm going to lose my mind. But now, out of curiosity, I'm probably going to end up watching that fucking movie.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
You're a completionist, Justin.
We are. I will say, spoilers for ahead episodes. We are going to be.
I just watched the scene.
We're going to be watching another movie by Dick Maas at some point. I'm not going to say what it is. But there is another movie of his that we're definitely checking out because I've been wanting to watch it, and it's going to be really terrible, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so so I don't know what some of these actors were doing in here though. Like Naomi Watts, what are you doing? Ron Pearlman, come on, guys.
Yeah,
you're better than this. I mean,
it was just to get people to come see the movie.
I think
bigger names in it than.
I think they were tricked into being in this movie. I think
probably.
I think that they were told that it was going to be this like serious crime drama thing about an elevator being sabotaged or something, and they're trying to find the killer or whatever. But then they were told at the very last second, by the way, the killer is the elevator, and they're just like, "Fuck."
Shango. Shango. Shango with a handprint.
I don't know.
No, I don't think there is anybody with that.
We also had that
name.
crazy lady too. The one that was like of the.
She was the one that was saying the elevator was possessed. By the way, her in double speed. I don't know what language she was speaking, but dear Lord, did it become something when you speed that shit up.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
And this is the first movie I had to speed up.
I didn't speed. Yeah. This is the first one in a while where I was like, I'm kind of interested in what's going on, and then it starts.
It is a better version of the lift.
And then it starts to just drag, and every single one of these elevator movies were the fucking same when it came to the plot. It was beginning. Okay, all right, we got something going on here.
Yeah.
This dreadful middle that just doesn't go anywhere, and you just want to shake it. You're like, God damn it, come on. And then you have the end where it goes fucking ballistic, and you're like, this is what I wanted from the beginning. This is what we wanted from the start.
I thought it was done, and I looked at the time and saw I had an hour left, and I wanted to cry.
Same.
By the way, this is almost a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, watch it in 1.5 speed.
Yeah, it's better.
Better.
Don't do it.
It's funny that way, because everybody like walks super weird too. because of that.
And their mouth looks really weird. I really hated the blonde character, for the record.
Naomi Watts.
Yeah, I did not like that character.
What I'm going to recommend is that
Lost Boys.
Instead of watching this movie, you find the actors that were in this movie and you watch literally anything else that they made. Oh, you think Naomi Watts is hot? Watch Mulholland Drive. Then you'll be like, holy shit. If you thought James Marshall was cool, watch Twin Peaks. All of it. Why not? Watch Ron Perlman and literally anything else.
Here's my hot take. I don't think Twin Peaks is good.
Damn, I haven't seen it. I recommended it and I haven't even seen it. That's how it goes. When
I think Twin Peaks, I think of the fucking skate mountain that's like around the corner.
I think of the Hooters style restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a fucking
Yeah, there's a restaurant in St. Louis called Twin Peaks, and it's a titty bar.
It's terrible. It's not a titty bar. You don't get to see any titties.
No?
You don't actually see titties.
Really?
Abby and I went to Twin Peaks and we were like, all the girls there were flat chested too, which no disrespect to anyone who's flat chested. I don't really give a shit at the end of the day. Boobs are boobs. Put that on a t-shirt.
Boobs are boobs.
Boobs are boobs. But I was like, for a restaurant called Twin Peaks, you think the boobs would just be a little more there. There was a lot of big booties though, and I was like, that's not a peak, but I'll take it. Mounds are not peaks.
Talk about elevator movies that are actually good that we couldn't watch because one of us has seen it.
I haven't seen
Devil.
Any of it. Haven't seen it.
Okay.
You should watch Devil.
Yeah, you should watch Devil. It's actually a good elevator movie.
I don't believe... I forgot that movie fucking existed until you just mentioned it.
I weirdly don't think you would like it, Justin.
I've liked...
I don't think you would like it.
I've liked a couple.
You might, but...
Like, I liked The Sixth Sense, and I liked Unbreakable, and I think that's it.
You should give it a try.
I might as well. I watched all these shitty elevator movies. What's a couple more, right?
Yeah, what's another elevator?
The twist you might get because that movie's been out for a while.
That my nuts were twisted in half after watching all these fucking movies.
Oh. I was wow.
Yeah, I was like, please, holy fuck.
Okay, actually, if I had to be completely real, I liked this one the most out of all of them.
So do I.
Because it was so stupid, but oddly entertaining. If it just would have done the ridiculous entertaining stuff like one more time or a couple more times. Because, you can't just have total balls to the wall the whole time because then it's exhausting. You're like, oh, fuck. But you can't have all that boring shit, too, because you're like, this is an hour and a half of nothing.
Crap.
It's nothing. But if the movie could have been an hour and a half, cut out 20 minutes of the shit that didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like the tribal shit that went nowhere.
Yeah.
You could have had a pretty decent... no matter what, it was going to be stupid because it's a fucking killer elevator. What else can you do with that? I
just like the random SWAT team.
Yeah, I loved some of the ridiculous deaths. It's what I wanted to see from The Lift. I want to make an elevator horror movie now, and I want it to be what all these movies were wanting to be, and I want it to be even more. I want the most balls to the wall, ridiculous piece of shit fucking elevator movie that just does it. It just goes for it. And it's a masterpiece. If there's other elevator movies that we missed, maybe we can revisit it next year. I don't know. Probably not.
We don't hate it by then.
Well,
you'll see.
We're gonna do another theme month, but it won't be until much later because I don't really want to do like another one. But
we just didn't want to do Leprechauns.
Yeah, I really did not want to do Leprechauns. Fuck that. I want to do a massacre month because there's so many movies that end with massacre, and there's a lot of them that recently came out too. So I think there was one that was like Easter Bunny Massacre. I have to watch that. That looks atrocious. It's probably the worst movie ever made, but we watched that Humpty Dumpty movie, and that's our second most popular episode for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the one we watched? Pinata Massacre?
Yes.
That was like clearly filmed by
Killer Pinata.
Killer Pinata, that's what it was.
Yeah,
that thing was glorious.
That was not part of this.
By, like, college students. Oh, it was great.
Do we have?
It, but it's funny.
Do we have anything else to say about this movie?
I don't know. We're only 25 minutes. We should probably bullshit about something for at least another 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened in this movie that was like cool or remarkable or whatever. But how did he steal a rocket launcher from the SWAT team?
I don't even know.
That was a big fucking rocket. We're missing one of our stingers. I'm sorry. You're what?
Why did they even have a rocket launcher, though?
What were they planning on fighting in this?
What? They think there's terrorists in the building, so they bring a fucking rocket launcher?
And it gets easily stolen? That terrorist group has a rocket launcher now. Good going, guys.
I just want to know why they think... These people have been dying over the past, like, week and a half. It's obviously terrorists.
It's obviously terrorists.
Yeah. Let's, like, why would they specifically be in that one elevator killing people? Like, what?
Terrorism works in mysterious ways.
Did you guys like the cut scene from when the ladies all had their babies and then melted chicken?
Yeah, some of the cutscenes in this are like just very, very good.
Cutscenes? Guys, we're playing a video game?
Cutscenes? Or what are they? What is it? It's a cutscene, right? I don't know. Where you go from one scene to the next? Transition. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking transition. Transition scenes. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I play more games.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, what the fuck is going on? No. We're not about to give birth in this elevator, and we did. No one fucked in the elevator. And the lift, people were fucking.
They did in a different elevator, just not the haunted elevator or intelligent elevator.
At the end, they fuck in the elevator.
Yeah, he stops it, and he's just like, "Oh no! All right, let's fuck."
Yeah. Basically.
No, they were just making out. They weren't fucking.
They were on the way.
True, we didn't get as
kissing is just
of a fuck, but we get alluded to the idea that they.
There's no adultery in this movie.
I don't know. It depends on what your background is for the dude at the very beginning.
Depends on what your views on the chick who had the other dude there, because you couldn't really tell like what the status of that whole shindig was.
It looks like they broke up and she found herself a new friend.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I would consider that to be adultery as well. It's like it's kind of shitty to just jump like immediately after. Like I get being on the rebound, but like give it a week or two, you know, like don't just
maybe it was a week or two.
Yeah, because we don't know how long it had been.
So that's the other thing too. She could have been fucking seeing this guy behind this dude's back because he could have been shitty the whole time. Which like I'm not excusing
on adultery still being there.
I'm not excusing the guy's shitty behavior, but like adultery is adultery. She's not a saint herself either, but we don't know or care if we had to be completely real. Because it was just some shoehorned character. She didn't even need to be in the fucking movie. She added nothing to the movie. Oh, he goes to the bar and drinks. It doesn't affect him at all. Doesn't fucking matter. None of it mattered. Except for a rocket launcher to an elevator.
Yeah.
That's all
that's now a heart. It was the heart of the elevator.
Yeah. I do like that we at least got the background on him that he's ex-military. And so, like, that's why he's probably been drinking is because he has PTSD.
I like in that little...
And then at the end, when he goes, like, full boss, it's like, okay, so he actually, like, he's been in the military.
He's trying to be Rambo.
Skills, like, he knows how to sneak around and, like, stay undercover and that kind of thing. So I at least like that we got that explanation that, like, no, he's actually kind of, like, trained in this shit.
I like when he tried to pick a fight with a guy at the restaurant.
Gets his ass beat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I really wanted to see that other guy get his ass beat though. Like
his friend was just like, "Look, I'm not fucking stupid, and I have a hamburger I want to eat."
Really? You guys want to fight in front of my hamburger?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah.
The audacity.
You'll scare it away. Don't fight in front of my burger.
I'm trying to enjoy my burger and forget about this killer elevator. I had a burger for dinner. It was pretty good.
That's all right.
Staying on theme, I guess.
All right, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. We're sorry, everyone. This looks like it's going to be a short episode. Well, it's 30 minutes.
I don't know.
It wasn't the most.
Is there any?
There's nothing else to say. It's the same fucking movie as The Lift. There's just more scenes in it and a rocket launcher.
You're the one that picked this.
I know. I picked The Lift too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm proud of you to finally pick an elevator movie that involved the elevator. Like, The Lift did not involve the elevator.
It at least had some scenes of elevator, but yeah, I'm glad that I suggested this because it was terrible and I never want to do it again. Unless we end up finding 4 more. I want to know how he
scored that cast, though. Like, how did you score that cast?
I'm telling you, they got tricked into it.
Yeah.
They were told it was going to be this... Like, they told it was going to be like this big Hollywood blockbuster. Mm-hmm. Like, they probably thought they were going in for an action movie and not a horror movie. Because it kind of was, like, leaning into... It was
a little action-y, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they were told that it's going to be one thing, and it turned into something completely different by the end of it. Which, that is a fairly common thing that happens, is where they're like... I thought I was in this kind of movie. It seemed like it was this movie. Oh no, we lost Cass. We lost
Cass. She hated it that much. She's like, fuck this.
I'm just gonna end it. It's over.
Oh, all right.
All right. So since Cass left prematurely, I think I want to say that she had like a power outage or something. But I'm gonna say
it's from the elevator talking shit.
I'm gonna say she's typing right now.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. I didn't stop the
so basically, if you are interested in watching this movie, you have to buy it. Unfortunately, there was a Blue Underground release of it, so if you want a physical copy, I do recommend going through that. We are not sponsored by them, but if they want to, hey, hello, I love you. Cass is back. Welcome back, Cass.
Hey, Cass. My love.
Don't know what the fuck just happened.
I'm wrapping it up.
Okay.
Okay,
fine.
so if you enjoyed this episode of Apartment Theater, or if you didn't, there's other episodes. Either way, there are much better episodes out there. This one was a little weird. Just listen to this one after you listened to The Lift, and it'll make sense. It's the same movie. We're on every single streaming platform that I can think of. We're on Spotify, We're on Google Podcasts, we're on iHeartRadio, all that stuff. We're on everything. So go ahead and check it out. And Danny, I'm going to throw your mouse into your butt if you keep clicking it while I'm talking. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Oh my God. All right, whatever. Final verdict of this movie. Go ahead and watch it. I don't know.
Go watch Lost Boys or any like Justin said.
Go watch Mulholland Drive.
Other movie these cast members.
I might watch that tonight. I don't know yet. I might. I might
watch Dog tonight. My mom was talking about that movie. It looks pretty funny.
Watch Mulholland Drive. You can watch this movie. I kind of sort of liked it, sort of, but not really. It was an almost movie. Almost there. But it could have been honestly, it could have been a crowning achievement, but it just wasn't quite there. And it ends up kind of in the middle of what we've watched. It will be a movie that we will have forgotten in time.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to immediately forget this movie.
Yeah. Give it by, next week. I won't even remember. All the Elevators movies are going to be morphed into
I don't even remember watching the end. We watched that 2 weeks ago.
That's the zombie one, right?
Yeah.
That's the zombie one, right?
I forgot we watched it. I was like, what was the second movie we watched? I don't even remember what the third movie we watched was called. I hated it.
Yeah,
That's all I remember. Whatever. Anyway, this we say you're your own person. Watch it if you want to. If you don't, whatever. Who gives a shit? So bye. Fuck off. Just leave. Get out.
Have a good day.
Don't.
Or night or evening.
Oh, whatever day of the week it is. Wait,
I hope
hold
you have
on.
a horrible fucking day.